Good afternoon, Stuart.
Hi there.
Stuart, there's kind of a disproportionate amount of injuries this season. I see from the injuries update list that Adam Byrne who had a long-term hamstring injury, has now got a groin injury. So the question I have is, apart from fractures and concussions, which regular injury do you least like to hear about?
I never like to hear about any of them, to be honest. But and I don't think we've had an uncommon number this year. I think actually we're pretty low at the moment. I think of our squad at the moment, we've got like 4 or 5 on the injured list, which actually, is surprisingly low at this time of year. But the ones that you really don't want to hear about are the ACLs. When lads do that, because that's going to take between 6 to 9 months to come back from. So like Conor O'Brien, for example, did an ACL, and that it's a long road to recovery. But Will Connors has had one and he came back fine. Tom Daly obviously now Connor, he's had one. Josh van der Fleer's had one. Brian Dean in the academy, he's got an ACL at the moment. So they're the ones that you really don't like to see happen. But generally in pretty good shape at the moment. So we're lucky, I think.
If you had to choose between a groin and a hamstring, which would you take?
Neither. I feel sorry for Adam because he's worked so hard, he's so diligent at his rehab. So to come back close to returning to play and then have a setback in a different area, so he'll be back though. He'll be back towards the end of the season, which is great really for him because, like I say, he couldn't be anyone more diligent.
Thanks, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi.
How are you doing? Was Caelan Doris training today? I think we saw pictures of him last week. Is he back running, or what's his latest situation?
Yeah, so he's doing like a progressive return to contact. So he's been doing like non-contact training in and out of sessions just to build up confidence, I guess. So yeah, he's on the road to recovery, and I think we're hopeful that he'll get back playing again soon.
When you say soon, do you have a date penciled in? Would you see him featuring the next month, or would it be beyond that?
No, within the next month, yeah.
Oh, you hopefully. So he's still in. He could feature in the final, or.
Well, I say a lot depends because it's very hard to, it's like a progressive return to play on the back of a concussion. It depends on the reaction, but he's certainly making moves in the right direction, and physically he's in great shape. So yeah, we're optimistic.
Just one. What's the latest you've been hearing on the Rainbow Cup? I know you obviously have a couple of rounds and the final to go, but are you preparing for another tournament directly after? What's the latest from your point of view there?
Yeah, no, that's our mindset and our understanding. So obviously we're playing. We've got 2 Pro 12 games now. We've got a final to come against Munster, and then we've got the Champions Cup last 16. Hopefully, if we win that, Champions Cup quarter final, and then we're all working on the premise that this Rainbow Cup's going to start. A new set of fixtures come out, and there's a 3rd trophy to play for that'll culminate in a final at the end of June. So that's definitely our mindset and our target, and how it materialises, we'll have to wait and see. On the back of, I guess, whether they allow South African teams into Ireland or into Wales or Scotland or Italy, or vice versa. Whether we can travel, but I think obviously there will be some form of competition, but I don't think anyone knows for definite what it's going to be like.
Thanks, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart. Sherry Corey here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just wondering, you faced Munster in the Pro 14 final in 3 weeks. Do you think they've improved since you last played them?
Well, I think they've had a tremendous season, really. When you look at the depth of their squad and the consistency of their performances. So, yes, for sure. Plus, they'll obviously have a decent number of Ireland players to come back in. And I think the challenge for both teams will be the integration of those players and selection leading into the game on the back of, how Ireland finish up against England. We've got a lot of players to come back into Leinster. but we've also had a great group of players who've played particularly well in the last few weeks, as Munster have. So I think selections will be fascinating in and around that time. But Munster, as we know, fully respect them and the quality of their coaches and their squad.
In relation to selection and that's going to be an interesting one in terms of 3 weeks time with internationals and that on as well. So obviously some guys put their hands up in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, exactly, and definitely the younger players, even some of the senior players, like Scott Fardy, Devon Turner, excellent to the weekend. All our front row worked well, we felt. The lads who came back from Ireland, Rhys Ruddock, Josh van der Fleer, Ross and Ed Byrne, were excellent. So you've got that. You've obviously got the current internationals who've got 2 massive games. But also, don't forget that the week after the Munster game, it's the Champions Cup. And the week after that, it's the Champions Cup quarter-final. So there's still plenty of rugby to be played. And whoever we select for those 3 games, they'll all get opportunities, I'm sure.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on a train. You might hear some background noises. And just finally, is there a bit of a logjam of say going from the from the Pro 14 finals directly into the European Cup game? Is that difficult? Not
really. No. I mean, we just want to keep playing every week. That's our mindset. And the bigger the games, they're the games we want to play in. So we find out the draw for the Champions Cup tomorrow. So we'll have a lot more clarity of our schedule in the next couple of days. So we'll find out our opponents, and I think they're also going to draw the quarterfinals as well. Should we be successful? But one game at a time, really. We've got Zebre this weekend, and then Ospreys next weekend.